We're going to start our program with our first speaker tonight is, I looked it over here, Curtis Jefferson. Curtis Jefferson, retired Marine Master Gunnery Sergeant, retired Civil Service, Toastmaster since September 23, and his pathway is motivational strategies, level 4 elective. Speech title, just don't do it. Time is 5 to 7 minutes. You got that, Logan? 5 to 7 minutes, okay? Okay, thank you.
Just don't do it. They got on the internet, you can take that advice. But before I get started, I want to make sure I don't get past a famous person that I know. Went all the way through school with him. Some of you will know him, some of you will not know him. His name is Jerome Curtis. Nobody? NBA basketball player.
Oh, you said Curry or Curry?
Percy.
Curry.
Jerome Curtis. Slam dunk contest against my basketball hero, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, way back then.
Yeah, I was rooting for him, and then Mike Jordan did that slam dunk from the side like that. And I was like, oh, you're done. Just don't do it. It is so simple if you take a look at it, what I'm saying here. If it don't feel good, just don't do it. I could stop right there because it really applies to everything. But it's story time. So I got to give y'all a story about why am I talking about if it don't feel good, just don't do it. I have to tell you about my nephew. My nephew, whenever he calls me, I know it's on when he starts off with, oh, I do just that. I laugh because I know it's coming. He calls me up, he says, let's buy a dump truck. A dump truck? Yeah, let's buy a dump truck. I don't want a dump truck. Well, let's buy a dump truck. We're gonna go into dump truck business. I go, but I don't want a dump truck. What are you talking about? I'm gonna make the money, I'm gonna share it with you, and we're gonna be in the dump truck business. So I said, oh, wait a minute. I know where you're going with this. You want me to co-sign. Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. My nephew, if he had just taken the time to talk to my two kids, they could have told him, there ain't no way my daddy gonna do that. Because I don't do that. Okay. It didn't feel good. Now, I have to tell you, I know where I stand on this, but I have to say in my own humble opinion, because some of you might disagree with me, and you might have co-signed with someone. I won't do it because I love my nephew. And to this very day, me and my nephew are on good terms with each other. I didn't have to kill that joker because I didn't co-sign. How many of you have seen a family member, a neighbor, a friend, or buddy, or somebody that they co-signed with? Anybody ever seen that? And all they do after the co-sign is avoid each other. Now, the problem with a family member, like a son or a daughter, or a nephew you like a lot, is you can't kick him to the curb. But a cousin, friend, I don't ever want to talk to you again, Virginia. You stuck me with that loan. I didn't like it. But you know what? I didn't like it in the beginning. It just didn't feel good. Why did it not feel good for me? Well, he could not afford that truck. So my advice to him was, I know how you can do it. He said, well, how about do it? First thing you do is you sell you a $30,000 Harley. Oh, yeah. No, I can't sell my Harley. Look, that's my baby. You really don't want a dump truck. This is why it don't feel good. Because he didn't have the money or the credit to do it. Now, I could have co-signed with Ivan. Trust me. Oh, my nephew. He keeps me laughing. Because he always treats me like I'm a dumb loose when he comes up with some idea like that. But I never do it. I know exactly where I am on this. But in my humble opinion, you all should do exactly what you want to do. That's how I feel about it. And my wife and I, we have 2 kids. So it comes down to, well, what about our kids? When they were in high school, they both wanted a car and a truck, not at the same time, they were 2 years apart, but they wanted a car and a truck. Now, my wife is a little softer where it comes to kids. Now, me on the other hand, I'm pretty good about the kids. Okay? And I gave a lot of this, I gave my wife a lot of this. One, you can get a job, buy your own car. That's what I did. I don't know if you all did. It wasn't a great car, but it's the one I bought. Or two, daddy would just get a loan and not a loan, but daddy will buy the car for you. My wife liked option two. That I buy the car and give it to them. That lets them off the hook. But I'm not paying for the gas, and I'm not paying for the insurance. And I did the same thing for my granddaughter. But I told her, I'm not buying the gas. Love you to death. Grandpa, that's not fair. I don't have a job. Not my problem. You can let it stay in the yard, but I'm not getting you gas for it. But why should you take my word for not co-signing for anybody? That's my advice. Don't co-sign for nobody. I don't care who it is. Mama, daddy, I don't care. Why should you take my word? You shouldn't. But I'll refer you to my favorite book in the Bible. I don't know all the books, but I know one of them, and that's Proverbs. And Proverbs 6:1 teaches you, don't do it. It's not going to work out for you. My sister-in-law did that for her 30-year-old daughter, even though I told her the same thing. Don't do it, Karen. Don't do it. She did it anyways. But guess what? Now, my sister-in-law has a car payment for a car that you don't even drive, a 22 BMW. In my humble opinion, don't do it. But you do what you want. Toastmaster, you.